Welcome, art enthusiasts and history buffs. Today, we're diving deep into the life of a man who not only defined the Renaissance, but also redefined what it meant to be a genius, Michelangelo Buonarroti. You may know him for works like David and the Sistine Chapel ceiling, but today, we're going beyond the surface. This is a deeper look at the man behind the masterpieces, his triumphs, struggles, and the lesser-known facets of his life. Michelangelo was born in 1475, not in the bustling city of Florence, but in a small, unassuming village called Caprese in Tuscany. His family had seen better days, once wealthy and influential, but his father, Ludovico, struggled to maintain their status. Despite his father's wishes for him to pursue a respectable profession, Michelangelo's fascination with art could not be contained. He faced severe punishment from his father, who didn't approve of his son's obsession with drawing and sculpting. At just 13 years old, his father reluctantly allowed him to apprentice with Domenico Ghirlandaio, a famous Florentine painter. However, Michelangelo later claimed that he learned little during this period. Instead, his true education came through his insatiable hunger to study the human form. He was already setting himself apart. Michelangelo's rise to greatness was fueled by a pivotal encounter in 1489, when he was introduced to the powerful Lorenzo de' Medici. Lorenzo wasn't just a ruler, he was a patron of the arts and a gatekeeper to the Renaissance elite. Michelangelo was invited to the Medici court, a world teeming with artists, poets, and philosophers. Here's a fascinating tidbit. Michelangelo was so dedicated to perfecting his art that he went as far as dissecting corpses to understand human anatomy better. He did this in secret at the Hospital of Santo Spirito, a practice that was both taboo and groundbreaking. This deepened his understanding of the human form and translated into the lifelike precision we see in his sculptures. When Michelangelo arrived in Rome, the city was on the cusp of becoming the world's artistic capital. His first major commission was the Pietà, an exquisite marble sculpture that portrays the Virgin Mary cradling the body of Christ. The Pietà not only stunned the public, but also elevated Michelangelo's reputation to an international level. After the Pietà, he returned to Florence to tackle one of his most famous works, David. But here's something not many people know. David was carved from a block of marble that had been abandoned by other sculptors for nearly 40 years due to its imperfections. Michelangelo not only accepted the challenge, but turned it into a masterpiece that symbolized both Florence's strength and his own resilience as an artist. While Michelangelo's artistic triumphs were numerous, his relationship with Pope Julius II was anything but smooth. The Pope commissioned Michelangelo to paint the Sistine Chapel ceiling, but their interactions were notoriously tense. Pope Julius II was impatient and often demanded progress updates, to which Michelangelo, known for his temper, would reply with biting sarcasm. In one instance, the Pope struck Michelangelo with his staff after asking when the chapel would be finished. Despite the clashes, they shared an unspoken respect for each other's vision. The Sistine Chapel would become one of the most awe-inspiring achievements of both art and spirituality, but it came at the cost of immense physical and mental strain on Michelangelo. Michelangelo wasn't just a master of sculpture and painting. He was also an accomplished poet, architect, and even an engineer. His architectural work on St. Peter's Basilica stands as one of the crowning achievements of Renaissance architecture. What's lesser known is that despite being one of the greatest painters in history, Michelangelo actually despised painting. He once remarked that oil painting was suitable for women or idlers. In his eyes, sculpture, with its raw engagement with the material, was the superior art form. Michelangelo's dedication to his craft was unmatched. He continued working well into his 80s, defying the limits of old age. Just 2 days before his death in 1564, he was found working on the Deposition, a sculpture depicting the lifeless Christ. Even in his final moments, his passion for art was unrelenting. Though he passed at the age of 88, Michelangelo's impact is eternal. His work wasn't just about art for art's sake. It was a reflection of the soul, of mankind's relationship with the divine, and of the relentless pursuit of perfection. Michelangelo was a man of contradictions, devout yet rebellious, humble yet bold, and endlessly creative yet deeply self-critical. Michelangelo's life is a testament to the boundless potential of human creativity. He was more than just the artist who gave us David and the Sistine Chapel. He was a pioneer who broke conventions and pushed the boundaries of art, architecture, and even anatomy. By taking a deeper look at the man behind the masterpieces, we can better understand not only his genius, but also the driving force that shaped the entire Renaissance. Thanks for watching, And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of art and history.